welcome back to my channel. So today is very exciting, or this week is exciting. Today, not so much. But I am leaving on vacation to Florida for a week tomorrow, so I wanted to take you guys with me and take you guys along as I read some books. The theme of my book reading is going to be finishing series. So I have 3 series that I would like to finish. The first one that I've started on this book. I have not gotten far, but The Final Gambit is the last book in the Inheritance Game series. So I wanted to finish that on vacation. And then I got Two Twisted Crowns by Rachel Gillig. I absolutely love this first book, and so I'm very excited to read the next one. The first book was called One Dark Window, and the series is called The Shepherd King. So that's very exciting. And the third one I have is These Infinite Threads by Tahereh Mafi. The first book is This Woven Kingdom. As soon as I saw that the paperback was out, I snatched it up because I have been waiting so long for the paperback to come out, in Barnes & Noble at least, and I didn't think about it enough to go on Amazon or anything like that, so I was just waiting for it to come on Barnes & Noble, come out physically, so that I could actually buy it with my hands. So I did that, and it's very shiny, so that's fun. But we finally get to find out what happened after that cliffhanger in the last book, if you can remember that. That was kind of funny. But anyway, I am going to go to Florida this week with my family. It's gonna be real fun, and I don't know how much time I'll have to read. I will see when I'm there, but I'm anticipating at least a few good hours of maybe by the pool, in my room, whatever that might look like. I really don't know what to expect, so there's that. I actually am going on a somewhat vacation after as well, the week after, because this one is a family vacation, the other one is a spring break vacation that I'm doing with another organization. I guess I could vlog that too, so maybe stay tuned for that. There's gonna be 2 in a row. But yes, I have as a backup, because you know that if we go somewhere, it's a nightmare scenario to run out of books. So as a backup, I have the second book in the Cursebreaker series, I think it's called, by Brigid Kemmerer. I read the first book in this series a long time ago, but I really enjoyed it. It was one of the first books that I read that actually got me back into reading, actually. It's called A Curse So Dark and Lonely, I think. And this one is A Heart So Fierce and Broken. So it's been a while to read the series, but I just loved the first book. It was just so, I don't know, it was just what I was looking for. It was kind of like a Beauty and the Beast retelling, where some prince had a spell that brought a girl from our world, this world, into his fantasy world, and he was trying to find someone to fall in love with to break this curse that he was under and stuff, and it's just really good. I was really impressed by it. I don't know, I read it last year or maybe before that. I don't remember when I read it. It was just a while ago, so I'm gonna have to catch up somehow. Either way, this is my backup to read. But in the meantime, I'm just going to be reading The Final Gambit, and right now I read the second book so recently, and yet there's so many details in this story that I forgot, so that's embarrassing. But I'm trying to make my way through and understand as much as I possibly can, so we'll see how that's gonna go. But the nice thing is that the nice thing about it being non-fantasy is that I can just kind of read it wherever. I don't have to be paying super close attention to the world building elements and all that stuff, because there isn't really any world building elements. So I think during travel and stuff like that, it won't be so horrible to be reading something like this, because I feel if I get distracted when I read fantasy, it just takes me out of the story and I forget things, and then it's just not a great time. So it's kind of nice to have this while I'm traveling, so that I can kind of keep track of things a little bit easier, not have to think about magic systems and all that stuff. So that's why I got this first. So our flight is tomorrow, so tonight I'm gonna be packing, and then tomorrow afternoon I think is when we're gonna be flying out. So yeah, I guess I'll be vlogging that whole time, and so just stay tuned to what'll have in store for you guys as I go on vacation. So I'll see you guys then. Guys, check out my room. I'm gonna have 2 beds to myself. 2. Check it out. They're twins. Aww. This is a safari themed bedroom. So we got elephants, and one of them is orange, so he's a special one. And we got little fluffs that are, I think that's giraffe print, not cheetah print. And then some nice zebras and elephants, and that's kind of it. But like, I feel like I am in paradise, personally. There's a window. Nice natural lighting in here. The only thing that would make it complete is if there was a lamp, so that I could read by the light of a lamp. Light of a ramp. Yeah, that's what I meant to say. But this should be fine, right? Just had a whole day of traveling and I am tired, but I can show you guys how much I read. First, I kind of want to set up my actual camera because I'm recording this on my phone right now. So I will do that and then talk to you in the next clip. Okay, I am aware that this lighting is atrocious because it's like overhead and back a little bit, and so I can't really, unless I... Okay, I mean, that's not like any better, but so this is how far I got on my travels. That is 71% through the book. So when I wasn't conked out or at the frame rate, I'm just gonna hand hold it. I'm a mess right now. I'm just gonna hand hold it because yeah, that's where I was putting you, but then that didn't work, so here we go. One more time. So I am about 71% through. When I wasn't sleeping from sheer travel exhaustion, I was reading this, and so it is actually really an interesting mystery so far. If you don't know, this series is about a girl that finds out that she has inherited from this billionaire's estate, and he's basically given everything to her and not any of his family members or anything. And so it's very like riddle, mystery, puzzle solving kind of stories. There are 3 books in it. This is the last one, and I feel like the mysteries have just gotten better and better, and so I feel like this is the best mystery of all of them so far. And there's just so many little layers and complexities and really awesome riddles and things to solve and all that, and so I'm really enjoying my time. There's also like a love triangle that I'm like, oh my gosh, where is it going right now? Because yeah, I don't know, I really don't know what's gonna happen. Maybe if I put you on the bed, it kind of works. Are you comfortable there? Don't fall. Okay. Yeah, that's pretty comfortable. Yep, that's where I'm at right now, so I'll hopefully finish it either today or tomorrow because I am about to settle in and read even more. So I'll let you know if I end up finishing it today or tomorrow. I have this much left. There's extras at the end. It's about 100 pages. Yeah, I'll let you guys know if I have enough attention span in me or enough energy period in me to just complete the book tonight. So I'll keep you updated, but I'm not making any promises because I am a tired boy right now, so let's just get into it. Good morning, guys. So I did end up finishing Final Gambit last night, and thoughts. I feel like I just have very, very mixed thoughts about the ending, but the rest of the book was so cool. Like, I really liked the mystery this time around. There was a lot less emphasis on the romance than I thought there was gonna be. It was just kind of like a thing that was true that was going on, but like definitely the main focus was the mystery, which I kind of like, but it also made it so that I was wrong about the romance. I thought that there was going to be like a big focus on this since it was the last book, and I thought it would end up differently. I don't know, I thought there'd be more drama, and there wasn't really, so I was kind of wrong about that. But the mystery was so cool. There's so many layers and there's so many secrets in this family, and so you're always discovering something new. It almost feels like the same mystery that is spread over 3 books, just with a different focus each time. And so the one this time around was so cool. Definitely the most detailed, definitely like the biggest deal, the biggest scale of mystery in the series, and so I really enjoyed that. So I'm probably gonna give this, see, I want to give it a 4.5, but the ending left kind of a bad taste in my mouth. I don't know why, but it was just like very unsatisfying. It wasn't necessarily that it was just like I hated what was happening, it was just like not satisfying. I don't know. I feel like if it was done slightly differently it would have been better, but just the particular way that it was done, I was like, huh, I don't know how I feel about that. So I might just give it another 4-star then. So pretty much every book in this series was given a 4-star then. So that's just very like solidly pretty good series. 4 stars still very good in my book. So I would definitely recommend this series, especially if you're a fan of mystery and just twists and turns and riddles and puzzle solving and all that stuff. I definitely loved that aspect of this. So I would highly recommend if you're a fan of that stuff and if you just want to explore those concepts. This is a great one to start with. So with that one being finished, I'm probably gonna pick up Two Twisted Crowns by Rachel Gillig because I just can't wait anymore to see what the implications of the ending of the last book is going to bring. So this is the next series I'm going to finish while on vacation, so I'm just gonna take you guys along with it. Okay, I'm only 30 pages in, but I wanted to say what the first book is about in case you're curious. So it's duology. The first book is, the main character's name is a woman named Elspeth. In this world, there's magic, but the only legal form of magic is with these cards called Providence cards. And each card has like a special power, and you can come in possession of these cards and use them, and that's legal. But there is an illegal form of magic where you can become magical if you get this illness. And if you recover from the illness, then usually you have some kind of magical ability. And so the king always like hunts down people that has this illness and gets rid of them somehow. And our main character, Elspeth, had this illness growing up. But when she got better, she didn't really have any magical abilities, she thought. And so they were able to kind of hide her. But then one day she came in contact with one of the Providence cards, and this card was called the Nightmare card and had the ability to basically speak into people's minds and like use mind speaking, I don't know. And she touched it, and when she touched it, a creature called the Nightmare, like this mental creature, came into her and now speaks into her mind. And so she just always has this person speaking into her mind, telling her like riddles. And he can also, if she asks him to, he can kind of take over and make her super strong. And so sometimes she does that when she's like in danger. And so that's the situation with her, and there's other stuff that goes on where she kind of becomes part of this group of people who work to do a certain thing that's a little bit spoilery, but that is kind of the concept of the beginning of the first book. And so it's a super cool magic system, super cool world, very atmospheric, like very much so. It's very gothic and dark vibe because it just always feels like it's nighttime, or there's always mist, or there's a lot of dark trees. Like there's a lot of trees going on in this world. So honestly, it's a testament to the author's ability to transport you. If I'm able to sit here in the sun with palm trees and a pool next to me and be transported to a world that's just completely the opposite of where I'm at right now. So that's pretty admirable of her. But yeah, I absolutely loved this first book. I gave it 5 stars. And so I've been really looking forward to reading this next one. And so I'm only 30 pages in, but I just wanted to say like what this series is about, basically. There was a big cliffhanger at the end of the last book, and so I've definitely been waiting to pick this one up. So I'm very glad that I can. And like I said, it's very transportive, and so I feel like I can read it anywhere and still be like transported into this world. Feels like I'm at some castle in the UK when it's dark and misty outside. It's like perfect. That is kind of more my jam than like somewhere warm with palm trees, but don't get me wrong, I definitely am so glad that I'm in the warmth right now because I've been in the cold for too long back where I'm from. So yep, I am enjoying my time reading this book for sure. Alright, hey guys. So I managed to read a little over a third yesterday, and I am totally loving this book so far. It is so good. And so I'm really looking forward to reading more, but today we're gonna go to Magic Kingdom. So I might not have enough time to read, but I'm kind of okay with it. I might do some reading on my phone in the lines. I've done that before, but other than that, I might not do a whole lot of reading today. So I'm probably gonna pick up with reading again tomorrow, but I'm very excited for when that happens because this book is so good. I'm like, man, it's so hard to put my finger on what exactly I find so good about this book, but it's just like, man, I feel like if you have a super amazing writing style like she does, then I could literally read anything and enjoy it. But she has writing style and characters and world building and atmosphere and cool magic system. Like there's so many layers inside of these books that I love, and so I am just really enjoying my time. Like there's like some other romance kind of coming into the picture, and so there's just a lot to enjoy about this. So I am really, like, every time I read it, I'm not bored. I don't want to put it down. I only put it down when I have to, and so it's like, man, if I had my way, I would definitely be reading. But I am also very happy that I'm going to Magic Kingdom, so I'm not that upset. Like that is the one thing that I would be okay with replacing reading time with. I mean, there's probably other things too, but like, that's one of them. I will probably take you guys with me to Magic Kingdom. Oh, look at my unmade bed. Oh, hello. So I guess I'll see you guys there, but I'm psyched. So I only read like a little itty bitty bit when I was in Disney throes of joy. I hope you enjoyed whatever montage I managed to cook up, but I made it, I was like, I made it a little bit. I read 4 chapters, so now I'm like 45% through. So hopefully we'll read more today, but today we're gonna also be kind of going around. We're going to Celebration, which is like a really adorable town around here, and once more I'm going to try and read in between things. Like I'm gonna read now, I think. Finally made my bed again today. But bed making sometimes just seems like really pointless because you just get into it at the end of the day again. So I did that for you. I did that for you. So I hope you enjoy. But yeah, this is definitely, the plot is moving. I am loving it. This is crooked and it's bothering me. Okay, I hope none of you guys are OCD because it is kind of still crooked. I'm gonna just keep on reading this, and I'm gonna take you guys along with me whatever I do and wherever I read and all that stuff. So I hope you enjoy watching that. I have no idea what this video is gonna be like. I'm just like I'm just hoping editor Sydney works some magic. So say thank you to editor Sydney if this is watchable. I also I feel very uncomfortable talking loud in this house because the sound travels like nothing else. I actually think the walls are made of paper. So I'm pretty sure my family can hear every word that I say. And you guys get to see me edited and no humiliations coming out of my mouth, but they have to. They have to hear that. So I feel really bad for them. But every sound that I hear outside sounds like it's inside my room. So the sound is traveling like crazy. So that's great. That's great. I love recording when that is the case. So loving that. Loving life. Pool is probably still cold, so I'm probably not gonna swim in it. But I don't like swimming anyway, really. It's not really my thing. I prefer to read by the pool. But yeah, I'll see you guys when I'm reading, or if that doesn't work out, I'll see you guys when I get back. I guess one qualm that I have with the story is, so there's multiple POVs and there's one that seems very detached from the other ones, and I still care about what their POV is, but it just feels very detached, and I don't really know how it's going to affect the other big plot that's happening. And so I'm kind of waiting for the two to kind of unite a little bit more, because I don't really know how this affects the overall plot and what's the important thing that's happening with the other POVs. So that's kind of my one qualm with it. You guys, I'm scared. I'm pretty close to being done, and I'm so scared. Something kind of sad just happened, and I'm just scared that the sadness is just gonna grow and it's just gonna be a sad, teary, cry time. So I'm not really looking forward to that, but the perspectives are becoming more related now, and so that's not really a complaint anymore. I can see that it was just part of the progression of that particular POV that needed some time to do its own thing, and then it will come back and rejoin the plot, which I was kind of expecting. But yeah, I'm glad that that was confirmed and that we can now be united with the rest of the plot, because wow, things are so, it's so cool seeing how all of this is unfolding. We learn more about the history of the world, we know more about the origins of the magic system, all this stuff, and it's all connected and it's all interwoven, and it's so cool to see how that works out. And I just feel like this author is so clever, and she's made this world that is so intricate and also not very difficult to understand. I feel like I'm tracking this pretty well, and so I feel like this is a good one if you like. Okay, sorry, my sentence got cut off there for a second. But what I was trying to say was, I feel like this book is so good for someone that likes a really well done world. Intricate, well thought out, crafted, has a past, has a mythology, has all that stuff, but it's also not complicated. It's easy to digest. So I feel like that this author does that so well. This author does everything well. I don't know. I feel like she just does everything well. So I'm just pick her up, okay? Yeah, just do it. Yeah, I don't really know what else I was trying to say in the other clip, but basically that was the gist of that. So we are entering the climax, and I feel like we're entering the climax, and it's still there's a good chunk left. So I'm is the climax gonna last forever? Because that's kind of nice. I kind of like when the climax lasts a little bit longer and it's not just over. So that's kind of cool of her to do. Thank you for that, Rachel. But yeah, I'm just gonna keep on reading, and I'm very excited to see what else is gonna happen, because yeah, stuff is definitely going down.
I must give it a 5-star. I just must. Tearing up at the end. That was so good. That was a really good ending. I feel like this is just such a beautiful story of lots of really cool themes like sacrifice, finding love and light in the midst of darkness, what you would risk for people that you love, and balance, trying to find balance in a world of unbalance. Yeah, it was just so magical, and like I'm just gonna sing this author's praises to the rooftops because of how she's just so good at everything. I told you guys that, like, she's so good at the prose, she's so good at creating atmosphere, she's so good at characters and story and dialogue and world building, like all that stuff. I feel like it checked all the boxes, so like of course it's a 5-star, like no brainer. I had that one qualm with it where like the perspective didn't seem like related enough, but that changed, so I'm totally fine with that now. Yeah, I just feel like that ending was so appropriate and like pretty heart-wrenching a little bit. And I found it so interesting, just the reconciliation of the themes that happened there at the end. I thought that was so beautiful. I don't know. So, loved that book. 5 stars. I'm gonna recommend it to like everyone. The next book, I think I'm gonna read this one next just because I feel more of a hankering to read it. I don't know. I feel like it's been so long since I've been in this world and I kind of want to revisit it. I kind of mentioned what the first book was about earlier in the video, but kind of Beauty and the Beast-ish. I'm really curious to see what this is about, if it's about the same people. Yeah, I know like nothing. So, the first book felt a little bit standalone-ish, and so yeah, that's why I'm wondering kind of where this story is gonna go. But I like really liked the first book. That was kind of before I was doing ratings, so I don't really know what I'd rate it because it's been so long, but I did really enjoy it, so at least a 4-star. So yeah, I'm just excited to see what this is gonna be about, and if it's gonna be about the same people, if it's gonna be about someone else in the same universe, or what. So yeah, I'm gonna start on this and I'll see you guys in a little bit. Okay, hey, I am 150 pages into the book and I'm actually really enjoying it. I am having an easier time than I thought I would remembering the last book because I read it so long ago, but I feel like the author does a good job of kind of recapping in a way that doesn't make it annoying. So I'm like, oh yeah, and it's all like coming back, so I'm like, phew. But I'm actually really enjoying it so far because we're following a character that I actually really liked and wanted a lot more of in the last book, and he was like one of my favorite characters and he was just a side character, and so I'm so glad that we're following him more in this, and his like story, his whole plot that's going on right now is so interesting, and I'm like, and there's also this other girl that I'm pretty sure is going to be his love interest that has the other POV, and so I'm really enjoying hearing her new voice and just what she has to say and what her story is, and they just met, and so I'm like, I'm very excited for whatever is gonna happen there. But I'm really enjoying my time. I feel like the writing style feels YA. The things that happen are very kind of brutal. And so I feel like, is it weird that I feel like recently the books that I've been reading that are like adult fantasy have a lot less death, and then the YA ones have more death? I'm like, how is that? How does that work out? But there's like plenty of death in this, like plenty of older themes, just the writing style and the content is more YA. Content meaning like there's no spice or anything like that. The romances are very PG, which I can appreciate because I don't like censoring myself. It's just a pain. But the writing style is very easy to digest, and so I've just been blasting through it. Pretty much, yeah, I've been able to read for a couple hours, and so I'm very grateful for that. And so I'm probably going to get at least halfway through. It's a little bit late, and we have a bit of an early day tomorrow because that's the day that we're gonna go back. So this is the last full day that we had here, and I was able to do a bit of it reading, so that was super fun. So yeah, I think I'm gonna get to about halfway, so probably about like 70 more pages, and then I'm probably gonna hit the hay, and then I will be reading all while traveling tomorrow. Yeah, I'll just take you guys along with me. Maybe I'll finish it tomorrow. I don't know. Maybe I'll have time, or maybe I'll just sleep on the plane like I did last time. I didn't have as much time to read on the plane as I wanted because I was sleeping, and it's kind of rare that I get to sleep on a plane, and so I was eating that up. I was enjoying that. So, but anyway, yeah, thank you guys for just being with me while I'm on vacation. I'm gonna keep on filming until I get back home, but yeah, this is gonna be probably the last clip I have while here in Florida in the house that we rented. So it's been really fun. It's been real. Yeah, I'm just gonna keep on reading, and I'll keep updating you guys whenever I can.
Alrighty guys, well we're back where we started. I finished A Heart So Fierce and Broken on the Plane, so I can talk about that a little bit I guess. I think I'm gonna give it a 4-star because I just feel like the best word for my reading experience with this is just enjoy. Like I just really enjoyed it. Like it's like eating fruit. It's not junk food, but it's still very enjoyable, but it's still like not junk food. You know, that's the best analogy I could think of reading this book. It's like eating fruit. It's like, it's nice and not in like a super unhealthy way. So I liked it. I feel like for a YA, it does a pretty good job of making the characters complex, and there's still themes that border on adult but aren't like inappropriate. It's very, yeah, the characters just feel very complex and they're dealing with a lot of things that feels very adult, but it's also not like rated R. It's PG-13, mature, you know. So yeah, I just really liked this book. And I feel like this entire book is a plot twist in and of itself. I was not expecting the series to go this way because I mentioned that the first book felt kind of standalone-ish, and so to come in here and like so much went down that I was not expecting, and so I was surprised by that. But if you have read the first book, I would recommend continuing the series because I do like where it's going. I'm interested to see how it's going to wrap up because this is a very interesting way for this series to go, and it was not disappointing. I felt like it was really a very interesting way to go, and I really liked the characters. Even in the first book, they were like my favorite. So yes, very enjoyed my time reading this. But I also finished the Shepherd King duology, and it's a full 5 stars from me. Both the books are 5 stars. I absolutely adored them. I mean, I've been singing their praises a lot, but I feel like this is a book that I just have to see in a visual adaptation. Like, I could just picture the kind of ways that a director could take the source material and totally make a masterpiece out of it, because I've been praising the vibe left and right, up and down, but I feel like that is a vibe that can really look good visually adapted. And so I would absolutely love for this to be like some kind of mini-series or some kind of TV show or movie or something, but that would be so cool if done well, because I know that a lot of directors just botch that. But if it's done well, I feel like it could be so cool. So yeah, I don't know. It just feels like it wouldn't be that difficult to visually adapt it, and just the way that I would sometimes be listening to music while reading it, and I'm like, dude, if there was just some kind of soundtrack for this even, like that would be so sick. So I just really, really love this book. Could look really awesome as a visual adaptation, but it's also just such a fantastic book by itself. Highly, highly recommend. The spice level is pretty low. It's pretty skippable, and so if that's something that you want to look out for, if that's something on your radar, there is spice, but it's very skippable. Like sometimes the spicy talk kind of bleeds over into the rest of the book, and I feel like it wasn't really like this with the series, and so that is definitely a plus for me. If that is a plus for you too, then there you go. And then I also finished the Inheritance Game series, The Final Gambit. I told you guys my kind of back and forth thoughts on the ending, but everything else about the book was awesome. I thought the mystery was super cool, definitely the most engaging of the other 3. So yeah, it was pretty good wrap up to the series, except for the very end, like was it an epilogue? It was like a year later or something like that. I was like, I don't know how I feel about this, but everything else about it I liked, so I think I gave it did I give this a 4 star as well? Okay, so then that would be, I either gave it a 3.5 or a 4. I think it was a 4. So then this I gave a 4 star, and this I gave a 4 star, so there were 2 4 stars, then 1 5 star, so that's pretty great. I was able to finish 3 whole books while on vacation, so I am totally happy about that. I hope you guys enjoyed following me along while I went on that particular journey, because I had a lot of fun. I was able to spend time with my family, I was able to go to Disney, I was able to spend some time in the sun, and so I was really enjoying my time, and I hope that you guys did too. Maybe you're able to kind of vicariously escape the winter with me for a little bit, because I feel like winter's been so long. It hasn't, but it feels that way because winter is just sucks like that. So yeah guys, thank you so much for coming along, and I hope to see you guys next time I upload. Bye y'all.